And I remember when we went to bed, and I noticed my wife was crying. Either way, we go to bed crying many times. And she said, I'm crying because you said in sickness and in health. And I just want to tell you that you've kept your word. Thank you for keeping your word.
Welcome back to CTA. This is a crazy one.
Yeah.
Let me just show you the level of craziness it is. The time now is 11:27
PM.
11:27.
We're here bonding like we haven't. By the way, we haven't talked in years either.
Yes. It is 11:27
Yes.
PM. We started shooting this at 7:45.
Wow.
That's when we're entering here.
Yes.
By the way, wondering where we are, we're at an amazing Airbnb. A big thank you to Anmoniki, an amazing host. Just Yani, we're at an Airbnb in Kileleshwa, in the heart of the city. Yeah, the story is intense. This story is intense. As usual, Krowbar is giving us his life journey. I'm even losing the words. He's sharing his life journey, and we're at the point where he's explaining the journey of discovering that his wife had kidney failure. Every time we've started this video over the last couple of things, I've just felt a conviction to remind you to give to ease a burden. You can already see from the story mentally what it's doing to him, the weight that it's on his family, and just the strain that it's causing. So part of the reason why we did this CTA and that we kicked off with this CTA is so that we could raise, I know he's aiming for 6 million shillings so that they can do the kidney transplant. I'm aiming for 10 million because even beyond the kidney transplant, there's a whole lot more needed. And we're going to talk about that. So one of the ways in which you can give is through M-PESA. Krowbar, do the
My man.
Paybill.
The paybill is 411
6415.
Yes.
So it's paybill that. For the account number, just write CTA community. Let this guy see just how amazing we are. And I always say, I don't want to ask you guys to do something that I'm not doing. So, and this is the best thing about this. It doesn't matter if you have a shilling. Imagine, stop to just give that shilling. If that's all you can do, do that. If it's 5 shillings, give you 5 shillings. If it's 100, give 100. If it's 5,000, give that 5,000. If it's 1,000,000, give that 1,000,000. And it will be appreciated because it goes a long way in helping the Karumba family with all that they are going through, easing the burden. So for me and my wife and my 2 children, we have given out 2,000.
Thank you, bro.
And I'm sure that you've appreciated it.
Sana.
Yep. Remember, let me just lipa this, and then we can continue with the story. Talking about giving, where the story left off,
yes.
It left off at a very difficult place.
Okay.
Insurance can only cover so much.
It can only cover so much.
Uh-huh.
And it's good to understand context. At that point, we are out of the hospital. So we are now using our government insurance. And this is the point I'm going to tell people. Pay for your NHIF. Yani, I don't know how to emphasize this. Pay your NHIF. This is how NHIF has come through for us. 1 dialysis session is 9,500. 1. My wife does 2 in a week. Multiply that by 4 to get 1 month. That is like 80 Gs. On top of that, there is a medical test my wife has to do for
Hold on. Let me just do that maths quickly.
Okay.
Right now. So you said
it's 9,500 times 2 times 4.
1 dialysis is 9,500.
Yes.
Times 2
times
that's
4.
19 Gs times 4. 76 Gs.
76 Gs.
And that's just what you're paying the hospital.
Not me. That is what the insurance does. That is what NHIF does.
Wow.
If they don't do that to you, my friend munazika mtu.
Whoa.
And people have gotten sick with no NHIF and they have died. You know, this NHIF thing looks like it's a scam. People have stolen money. And people have.
Let's call a spade a spade.
Let's call a spade a spade. But when it works.
It works.
When it, like for me, when it has, me I know for sure, for until the day the good man comes or takes me, I will forever pay NHIF. Because I know what it has done to my family. If it works, it works. Other expenses are, there's a test my wife has to do every month. That one is covered. What is not covered is
medicines,
supplements. You know, people with kidney failure, their bodies can't process some things. Let me give you a nice simple one. If you go there and bask outside on the sun tomorrow morning, your kidneys have capacity to process vitamin D.
Oh, man.
If my wife does that, that is nonsense to her body. Her kidneys can't do that. So you have to take vitamin D tablets. Have to take some supplements here and there. If you see my wife now, she doesn't look sick. She doesn't look sick because of 3 things. 1, she's never missed a dialysis session. She's faithful to her treatment. 2, people with kidney failure can't eat what they want. Have to watch their diet. Diet change is another expense.
Yeah.
It's another expense. She can't eat what you guys are eating. So when meals are cooked, hers is a different ballgame. And then 3 is those supplements and other medication.
Krowbar.
Yes.
In South Africa, this wasn't what the life was.
Now, you see, SA was tough. But SA equipped us to a measure for this season.
Oh.
To a measure, it can equip you. So we were equipped. We're equipped for this season. One of the hardest things to go through is there was a phase where, this is hard. There was a phase where we were thinking about, I hope we have no, let me give you context. I have to give you context for this. When you start going for dialysis, you need to understand you're not the only one. There are other people going. Okay? So, there are other dialysis patients and their caregivers become your friends also. Because you're all meeting on these 2 days. We were all meeting on Mondays and on Thursdays. So, the patients become friends and the caregivers become friends and all of you get to know one another. But there are times when you come and then you find out that other guy you used to know
That's going to be the Lord.
Has going to be the Lord.
Oh my God.
You know, or like an example, let me tell you something difficult that happened was one day my wife went for dialysis and I'm not angry at this. The nurse was a trainee. He or she was learning how to do this thing, and I understand. And they made a mistake, a genuine mistake. They were not malicious. But there was an air bubble that came and it entered my wife. And my wife collapsed. When she was in the hospital, she collapsed. And thank God she was in the hospital. There was an emergency and took a while, but they revived her and she lives. We live to tell that story.
Oh my God.
And an accident like that, if not properly managed, you're talking something else. And so dialysis being a success is a miracle by itself. Aniket. So with that in play, I had to get to a place where I had to explain this all to the kids. I had to explain how a kidney works and what it does.
How old is these kids that you're talking about?
By now they are 9 and 11. Oh. So at that point they were 10 and 8. So I was there explaining to them, this is how a kidney works. Your mom goes for dialysis. This is what dialysis is. This is why she needs it. This is what needs to be done for her to get well. She needs a transplant. This is why we are heading towards there. This is why we haven't crossed that bridge. And explaining that over and over and over again until they understand. Do you know why I had to do that? Was because the kids had to know in case anything happens. So that they never say, our father never told us. These are hard things to talk about.
You guys, you're...
Those are not easy things.
I have two girls, I can't.
So hard that when the year began, I remember when this year began, one of the first things I told myself is, I am going to do therapy. And both I did therapy. And when I began, my wife began, and we're not doing a couples therapy. It is individual. We have the same therapist, but it is individual therapy. I am doing my own session, she's doing her own. Her as a patient, me as a caregiver. Because it was intense. It was really, really intense. We did it until we finished our outpatient cover. That is how bad we were doing. Tulifanya, tukaimaliza. Venye tulimaliza, tukambia organization which is run by my good friend, Mrs. Ashitifa, akatuambia, listen guys, this is what we'll do. You guys need this. All the other sessions are on us. They took that burden to make sure. And I remember Agnes, my therapist, that woman was very, very thorough. That woman told me, my biggest concern is you. Because if you are well, that family is well. If you're not well, that family is going down. And so she's been all up on me, on my throat, making sure I am well. I'm well balanced. It's been a crazy, crazy journey. I even feel for the kids because I know even them, I know they will need therapy. I know they will. They've taken in a lot. Our parents have taken a lot on both ends, our siblings. But when the year began, I think God wanted us to know that He's with us. I was wondering, I don't know how this thing will work with school fees and stuff. And I remember there's a couple that reached out to us, Mark and Ray, and they said, the school fees of your kids is on us for the whole year. Boss, I was wondering how, because last year I was paying school fees. I was wondering, man, I don't know how those supplements are going to come through. And out of them taking that burden, that came through. Another couple, Tony and Marge, they said, Joyce transportation to the dialysis and back is on us. You know, you go through these tough things in life. Like let me tell you something crazy that happened just the other day. The other day, my wife tells me she's not feeling well. And she tells her doctor, and her doctor is Dr. Soki. And Soki tells her, okay, why are you not feeling well? When I bend down, I'm feeling like this on my chest. I'm feeling like this, like that. The doctor says, okay. Do this. Go do this CT scan. And then come and tell me. It's known as CT venogram. It checks how your veins are. And, man. You remember that catheter I was telling you?
Yeah.
So see, there are two things hanging outside, and then from here it runs inside your body, goes in, then it enters the vein. So it's inside the aorta wave, which is a very big valve, like this. Very big vein, very close to the heart. We're speaking 2 or 3 inches to the heart. At the tip of that catheter that is now taking blood and bringing in blood, there was a blood clot that was seen of about 2 centimeters. That's a very big thing. 2 centimeters is like this. It was 2 centimeters by 1 by what? It was a very big blood clot at the tip. And so my wife, just the other day, she's on blood thinners. And we're just hoping that clot thins out. Bro. Yeah. Wow. So, and you're just hoping the next test you'll do it at Utambiwa, it has thinned out or something. Richie, these are hard things. These are hard things to go through. And I'm not special that I'm going them through alone. There are other men, there are other women handling similar things. And so, I have you ever wondered why you're going through something and you don't know why? I don't know why. I don't know why this is happening to me. But I'm gonna give you something funny. Last year, another lady known as Moyo paid us a visit. Moyo and his husband Masha, we were their best couple. And when Moyo paid us a visit, Moyo said, "Hey, can you play us your wedding video?" And I said, "Oh yeah, it's somewhere on my Google Drive somewhere." And I remember clicking it, connecting the laptop, and I remember us watching it. And I remember when we went to bed, and I noticed my wife was crying. Either way, we go to bed crying many times. And she said, "I'm crying because you said in sickness and in health. And I just want to tell you that you've kept your word. Thank you for keeping your word." And that hit me very differently. By that point, Joy was just sick like 4 months. That was the first time she was telling me, "Thank you for keeping your word." Yeah, watu wachwa, bro, watu wachwa. In this journey, now we are going into the transplant route. And statistics are very interesting in this transplant route. It's the most expensive part. It has 3 phases: pre-surgery, surgery, and post. Pre means the donor and the recipient get tested to find out there is nothing wrong with you. If they find a problem, that problem has to be fixed.
Yes.
Okay? Other than that, the only problem should be the kidneys. Then the next phase is the surgery, straight up. Organ is removed there, placed there. The third part is the post.
The recovery.
Hey, recovery doesn't happen in a week, bro, here.
That thing shocked me.
That thing takes months, bro.
And it is
so very expensive journey. And that journey, my friend, has messed up families. Marriages have ended 2 or 4 years down the line because of post-surgery and how expensive it is. Most of that 6 mic is for post, bro. The surgery has a valuation of 1.9. The testing has a valuation of about 800 Gs. Most of that is for post. If you get that wrong, you might lose that marriage too.
And the reason the post is
expensive, let me give you context.
Fragile.
This is what happens. Let's assume this is the immunity of a kidney patient. So during the surgery, before the surgery, they start lowering their immunity. They lower it up to around here. Then the surgery happens. Okay?
Why do they lower it?
Because of antibodies and white blood cells. They will kill anything that is foreign. So you lower immunity so that when the organ is put inside,
It doesn't.
it's not killed by the body. Okay. Then they start lifting the immunity
While checking.
So how does that go? Is, see, surgery may happen. 10 days later, you leave the hospital. You go home, you stay for a day, you come back. You get tested, stay for a day, come back, get tested. That happens for about 10 days. Then after that, you stay for 2 days, get tested. 2 days for another 2 weeks. Then after that, 3 days. All this is monitoring your immunity so that it doesn't kill the organ. As we are lifting. Goes to 4 days test, 5 days test, 6 days, 7 days, all the way up to we get to 30 days test around there. Then they will find a nice balance. Your immunity will never go back to 100. So it has to stay at a certain level. That level is where you need. All this time, you are on heavy immunosuppressants. So immunosuppressants means medicine that suppresses immunity. So it will reduce up to a certain place where they find a balance where this medicine will now keep your immunity at that level so that it doesn't kill the organ. That takes between 6 to 8 months.
And there's something...
Okay. And so that whole process, if you get it wrong, if you don't take your medicine on time, if you miss it, joke, you're back on dialysis.
And on top of that, because your immunity, as you have said on your hand, is at the bottom, you can't just come and chill with us. I cough on you.
You've seen
you
that.
You can't just go and chill with kiddos who are coming from school with...
Because of that lowered immunity, my wife will not live with us for about 2 to 3 months after the surgery.
She's living in a bubble.
She has to live in a bubble because a simple sneeze can kill.
Even the traveling from the hospital in a car, it's
that trip is a very careful trip. You have to double mask. You have to make sure that car is well, like sterilized.
Yes.
Is that the right word?
Yes, it is.
Then you go, mukifika hospitali, munakuja kama mmerukishwa line. You go straight into the lab, removed blood, out of the lab, out. You don't stay in the hospital because there is a lot of infection there. Car back. It's not a joke. If there's a doctor's visit, it's a few minutes, done, gone. Because they have to check that. It's a crazy journey. And now here we are, we have kids. Now imagine telling your kids you have to prepare them, they might not see their mother for a while. These are absurd things, man.
Man, let me say this. The financial is not even your...
Kwisha. Now you're starting to see it. It is the mental wellness that is important. Your mind needs to be in a certain place. Even my friends have noticed that I'm now quiet. Going to a place, you just keep quiet. Unakaa unanyamaza tu. I was like, hey, Karosh, hey, go sound. Because you have nothing to say. If you open your mouth, you're just talking about shocking things. So you just keep quiet. Because even me, I don't want to be a problem to people. I love my community. I love them to the moon. And they love me. And they'll do anything for me. And I know, and I don't want to be careful with them. But I love them. Unanishika. And they understand my journey. And they're the ones who are noticing this, that when we are hanging out, I'm awfully quiet. Even the other day, it was very interesting. My kids came and said, "Hey, Dad, you're very quiet." And I went like, "My kids have noticed." Where? So,
So let me say this.
Yeah, man.
Let me try my best. Not even let me try my best. Let me have a conversation with somebody watching this.
Yeah.
On your behalf. Can I? Just give me a second.
Yeah.
So, you guys have had DJ Krowbar doesn't even have the strength to ask you for financial assistance. It's not out of pride, it's just out of you're close to finished, you're worn out, you're tired, you're fatigued, you lack the words. You're trying to not throw your burden onto other people. So allow me for 1 second to throw this burden to other guys. Guys, this is why I was saying, my target is not 6M. My target is 10M. And my target is not 10M on what he's already raised. My target is just 10M. It's what I've felt. And it's why I've been taking the element to sacrifice the little that I have or whatever I have to just give. So, the way to give is very simple. First and foremost, I want you to understand this. Don't think that you don't have something to give. Sometimes we have a mentality that, I don't have, but you do have. A shilling is something. And people sometimes don't look at a shilling like it's something because they're like, why should I give a shilling? A shilling can't even buy something. But if 5 people give a shilling, that's 5 shillings, and that 5 shillings can buy something. You get what I mean? Alone, your 1 shilling may look useless, but united, 1 million shillings coming from 1 million people is 1 million shillings.
Right.
You get? So I'm trying to push you. Whatever it is that you have, look at that as something and watch God multiply that thing. So I'm going to start. And now one of the things that I've pushed myself while seated here is that I'm not going to ask you to do something that I am not doing. We've been vibing here for hours. I'm going to go. What is the paybill number, Karosh?
It is 411
411
64
15.
Yes.
Then you just press continue. Again, that's the paybill number. It's on your screen, and all the time I say this, I put it on the screen. Account number, just weka CTA. Whatever it is that you have, you can give. Me, as usual, from me and my farm, Karosh.
Yes, sir.
Going to Wanjiru's DJ Krowbar's wife's medical fund. Our 2,000 shillings is coming in. So
Thank you, Richie, man.
I weka my pin. I weka my pin, it is done. Sir?
Yes, sir.
Then let's do it again. Niko na fuliza. Actually fulize. Mimi niko na fuliza. I'll sort out my I'll sort out my fuliza again kesho. So I go to pay bill, enter 411
6415.
64.
Richie, you know
6415. We press continue. Again you write CTA. Enter. I put my 2,000 as usual. Enter. DJ Krowbar's wife. We pay bill. I put my pin. Hey, retry. Hold on. Put my pin. I think I put my wrong pin. It was saying, Allah, this guy's made 2 transactions in one.
Yes, it notices.
Oh yes, actually.
So you'll need to give it time.
Okay, yeah. Let me give it. No, let me change the number. You see, that's God's way of saying that number. You've put it. Change the number. So let's change the number. So enter pay bill 411
6415.
6415. Account number, I'll put CTA. It's on the screen. This time I'll put 3 Gs. Let's see if it will agree. The Krowbar's, whatever. Put my pin. It's agreed.
Thank you, brother, man.
Guys.
So I remain optimistic, man.
Me, I'm telling you. Not only may you see a miracle of this thing.
I am optimistic. I might look tired, but I am optimistic. Richie, I would not have done this if I don't want this girl to live. For real. And ningeambia tu dem weji sort na hizi interviews.
you have been a blessing to watch as a husband supporting his wife. Just seeing this, hearing your story. I'm serious. As a husband supporting his wife in our day and age, to see this. And I love it, put it not on CTA, because this is practicality. This is life. You know, this says through sickness and health.
Very true.
Through the ups and downs, poverty and riches.
Very true.
Guys live.
Guys leave.
But this is marriage. This is it. Guys, this is it. Guys don't like seeing this other side. But this is it. Don't say I do if this, you're not going to do this. This is it. So big ups, Krowbar. How are the kids?
Well, the kids are holding on. Kids are holding on. It's a mountain on them also. And but they'll be fine. We had a very hard talk the other day. And I remember I was telling them, guys, you didn't choose to be born here. This is where you were born. This cup that is in front of you, God knows you have capacity for it. I told them, don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't. Refuse that place. Don't allow your mind to go there. Don't feel sorry for yourself. Life moves on. We can't dwell there. Have I stopped working? Then they said, no. So you see me work? Yes. So we continue. Do you see your mom work? Yes. The day she's strong, so you see her do something? Yes. There you go. Tuendelee pia sisi.
Let me ask you this question as we transition. What do you want people to know? What do you want people to do for you? Minus the, I mean, how?
Wow, that's a good question. That's a very
what do you want people? Yeah, what do you want people to know? Or what can we do? Of course, as a giving part.
That's a good one. What I want them to know is